So if I'm lending you some money, Imam Zayed, I'm taking a risk by lending you money. And obviously there are two components to it. One is my risk, lending you money, of losing that money. The other is time value of money. What I lend you right now is actually worth less in the future. So I'm charging an interest based on that. What's immoral about that?
What's immoral about that is, yes, there's risk when you lend people money, but that risk you would not take unless there's a factor of safety there. So the fact that it's risky, that doesn't mean that the loan itself, you are sacrificing for that. If you think that you're not getting your money back, you're not going to lend that money whatsoever. So the concept of Islam is that money has no value. Money is not a commodity, as the brother had just said. And money plus risk taken, money plus entrepreneurship, money plus sharing equity on the upside and downside, it has value. But money itself, and this is for the protection of society, because if that's the case, and if you look around us in today's financing and dealings, the rich people get richer effortlessly, and the poor people, it's a very hard struggle for them to achieve that, because on top of the risk that they have to take in the business and the hard work and being creative and taking risks and opening new businesses, they have to pay the bank or the rich man who has a deposit in the bank at 10-15% on top of what they're doing, just for them to achieve what they need to achieve, and they share the upside with them, and the downside they take only. So it's not fair from that standpoint.
Let's talk about the Islamic finance industry as it exists, let's say, in the United States. Most of the programs out there, the people that are offering Islamic banking product, what do you think of that?
Well, I studied some of them, and some of them unfortunately happen to be just a facade to traditional conventional financing, just changing the names and calling them Sharia compliant. Recently, new kinds of Islamic financing started to emerge, which is risk-taking and mu'ajara and mudaraba and so on and so forth, which has correct, fundamental Islamic ways. And I think there's an effort, and it's a sector that is growing phenomenally. Even traditional banks in Europe started to put money into Islamic financing and have isolated Islamic financing branches just to appeal to Muslims who want to have like compliant Islamic financing. Just simply, and I just want to remind this, today the Federal Reserve cut interest rates again in the United States. Why? Because the economy is slowing down, and the only way to revive the economy is to cut down interest rate. Islam, interest rate is zero, which is the ultimate condition as far as reducing inflation and as far as businesses and economies like the Industrial Revolution growing organically, not just by borrowing. In the 1990s, we've seen the Asian tigers that were growing phenomenally, but they were growing by interest, by borrowing. And in 1998, we've seen the collapse and an unbelievable currency crisis that happened that almost devastated the economies there, and some of them did not even recover yet. So it's for the benefits of society, it's for the benefits of us as Muslims, as human beings, and it's such a major abomination because of the major devastation and unfairness that it causes to individuals and societies as well.